All right, my people. Do you have it? Time's running out to get your bracket bracketed. Tomorrow, 11:59 a.m., you got to have it locked down. And a lot of people plan to, right? Some $3 billion are expected to be bet on both the men's and women's tournaments. But how do you know who to bet on or who to pick to rub it in your colleagues' faces? Do you have a better bracket than they do? So some people are apparently turning to AI this year to try and get the best picks. We don't need AI. My God, we're NBC News. We have something far better. The brain at the big board. My man, my dear friend Steve Kornacki, who is joining us with his advice on how to fill out my copyright trademark Kornacki. And Steve, 10 out of 10, like who's the locks? Who is for sure, as you've crunched the numbers, who are the teams that are probably going to go really far?
All right, well, let's take you through here. There are some very logical picks here in this field. First of all, start in the South region. You got Auburn as the top seed right here. They actually finished a little shaky at the end of the year. A team here that I think might make a good run, and they have a history of it, is Michigan State, the number 2 seed. Their coach, Tom Izzo, been to 8 Final Fours before. He's kind of loaded this year. I think Michigan State to make a deep run there. If you look over here, there's no team in the country hotter than Florida right now. The top seed, I don't know about the Final Four. We could talk about that with St. John's in the region. Duke all year looked like a lock. The question there is Cooper Flagg, best player in the country, consensus #1 NBA draft pick, rolled his ankle in the conference tournament. He's coming back. Wild card, what's that going to look like? And out here, I really like this one. Houston, the Houston Cougars, their 3rd straight season as a #1 seed. But I think this is a much more complete version of Houston, meaning they can shoot the ball this time.
One of the fun things about March Madness is always the upsets, so make me look smart on Monday, right? What are the big-name schools that are going to go down? Who are the, 11 and 12 seeds that are going to dominate? What you got?
All right, let's take a look at a couple here. I'm just taking some shots. I got to give all the disclaimers when none of this actually happens. But a few that I would keep an eye on. This one's very popular. A lot of folks saying UC San Diego. This is a scrappy team. They force turnovers. They commit no turnovers. So a lot of folks high on them. I really like Colorado State over Memphis, especially. Memphis has 2 guards who is some injury questions right there. Colorado State's been on an absolute tear lately. Here's one that I'm keeping an eye on. Watch this blow up in my face. Liberty over Oregon. Liberty's got 3 players who shoot more than 40% from 3.
So your amazing producer, Adam Naboa, sent us your picks for the last, I think, 5 years. And I say this with so much love and affection and respect for you. Your record is not amazing, okay? It's not spectacular. I think 3 of your 5 picks went out by the second round in the last little bit. But I know it's because you have your head and what the brain and the math says, but also your heart. So who's like your heart pick? Who's the one that's tugging at you that you're like, I just can't let go?
Yeah, I mean, it's right here. It's St. John's. It's Rick Pitino. It's a great comeback story for the program. They haven't won a game in 25 years in the tournament, and for Pitino. But I want to know what Sam Brock thinks about this.
Get him out of here.
So I just want to be clear about one
thing. It's not the Brockett, it's the Kornacki, okay?
You have a Kornacki. What about Brocketology? I thought we had something here, Hallie. I really did. You've crushed my soul. And you just said yourself, Steve, he's brilliant. He's a genius. But his picks haven't really panned out the last few years.
Trash talk here.
I'm so sorry, Steve. Can I throw another option out there for you, though?
Please, yeah.
You said 3-point shooting, right? Senior guards that shoot the threes well. What about the hated North Carolina Tar Heels? And I've rooted for Duke my entire life, Hallie. Can you pull up the South bracket for a second?
Okay.
We got West here, South, North Carolina. All right, squeezed in, Hallie. Let me see if it works for me, too. Nope, it doesn't do my magic finger. But here we go. North Carolina was the last team to make the tournament. There were so many folks that said they didn't deserve it. Their record against top 25 teams, horrendous. They have a senior guard, R.J. Davis. He is nails. 6 for 6 in threes in the first 4 game. And then also you have a team like Alabama, right? A 2 seed, not a 1. Mark Sears, their senior point guard, was lights out in the tournament last year, shoots threes like no one's business. These are the players that make the difference when it comes down to the days of NCAA March Madness.
You want Carolina? I'll take Ole Miss.
Done. What are we betting? What are we betting? Our next live shot on Hallie's show.
There it is.
Wait, really quick, call it. Who wins the whole thing in the end? Lightning round, go.
St. John's is the heart. Houston's the head.
I think it's Duke. I think it's Duke for the reasons you said. They're the best team in the entire tournament, and Cooper Flagg should be back and healthy, but we're going to find out.
the Kornacki or bracketology. Sam, did my producers know you were coming on? Like, is this just so? Were you just like hiding in the corner?
I might have dropped a kernel of an idea in someone's head, and then it just came to fruition. You know.
Two of my absolute favorites. Literally, I'm in the best possible hands for this bracket situation. So come back on Monday. We'll book you both. We'll get through it. Steve Kornacki, Sam Brock. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.